Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
I want to be free as can be.
They say that freedom is the ability to fully experience life. The GUT Credit Union is giving you the freedom to choose. Get a loan for any purpose, whether it's consolidating your debt, buying a vehicle, owning your home, back to school, or a dream vacation. We offer competitive rates with terms and payments that fit your lifestyle. Call 440-1354. Email loans@gutcu.com or visit go.gutcu.com/freedom to start enjoying your life, your money, your way. Promotion ends September 30th, 2022. Special conditions apply. More freedom, more choices. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is Network News for Thursday, September 15, 2022. Headlines: Tyrone Jamie Belfon charged with the murder of 60-year-old Nicholas Duncan. Horseback riding business owner accuses GTA of refusing to grant him a license to operate. Housing assistance program under audit. In around the globe regionally, a high school in Jamaica defends its uniform policy and denies students were barred from entering the institution. Internationally, the image of Queen Elizabeth II to be replaced on UK stamps and currency. Plus, in the sports news, West Indies squad for the upcoming ICC Men's T20 World Cup announced. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue. Available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening from Television Center at the Grenada Broadcasting Network. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. Tyrone Jamie Belfon of La Fortune St. Patrick has been charged with the murder of Nicholas Duncan. He was granted bail in the sum of $50,000. Christina John recalls the story that stirred emotions in March of this year.
It was around 6 p.m. on Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022, that the remains of 94-year-old mother Jermaine Duncan and her 60-year-old son Nicholas Duncan were pulled from their home after fire engulfed their house. According to police reports, the fire may have started from a vehicle explosion that eventually caused the 2-story wooden and concrete structure and a motor vehicle to be destroyed by the blaze. Members of the fire department of the Royal Grenada Police Force quickly responded to the incident but were unable to save the 2. Officer in charge of the Community Relations Department, Simon Douglas, provides the latest update.
Tyrone Jamie Belfon of La Fortune St. Patrick's was charged for murder in the March 2nd death of Nicholas Duncan, has recently been granted bail by the High Court. His bail was in the sum of $50,000 with 2 sureties. Additional conditions are that he must have no contact with the witnesses in the matter. He is to relocate from La Fortune St. Patrick's. He is not to leave the jurisdiction without the permission of the court. His matter is set for the Sotez Magistrate Court on Friday, 16th September 2022.
Reports indicate that before the fire, the deceased man was stabbed during an altercation with another male in the area just a few feet from his home. In an attempt to get help, it is reported that the victim drove his vehicle to his home that hit a gas tank situated in an outside garage. Reports are that the tank exploded and burst into flames, catching the house on fire. Both Nicholas and his mother perished in the blaze. Christina John, GBN News.
Police have released the results of a post-mortem following the death of an infant at a care facility in the south of the island. We have another report from Christina John.
Last Tuesday, the Royal Grenada Police Force confirmed that at 1:34 p.m., officers attached to the Criminal Investigations Department of the South St. George Police Station responded to a report from the Grandans Health Center of an infant being brought in for medical assistance being unresponsive. Officers immediately proceeded to the medical center, and investigations revealed that two ladies attached to a daycare in the south of the island brought a 5-month-old male child into the medical center unresponsive. Upon examination by the district doctor, the 5-month-old was pronounced dead. A postmortem was ordered to determine the cause of death.
In relation to the baby, which was brought into the Grandlands Medical Station on Tuesday, 6th September, by members of a daycare center, which was pronounced dead at the medical station. On the 9th of September 2022, a postmortem was conducted on the body of that baby, and the cause of death was determined to be asphyxia and bronchoaspiration of fluid. Police investigations into that matter continues.
That was Assistant Superintendent of Police Simon Douglas in charge of the Community Relations Department. Corporate Communications Officer at the Child Protection Authority is Blossom Alexis Welsh. She also spoke on the issue.
In this unfortunate situation, the Child Protection Authority is collaborating with the Ministry of Social Development to conduct an investigation into the matter. There's not much I can say at the moment as this investigation is ongoing, but we will try to keep the media up to date as best as we can. When it comes to the psychosocial side of the matter, it will be handled by the Ministry of Social Development. They're the forepoint in this situation. So when it comes to counseling and meeting with the parents and the family, the Ministry of Social Development will deal with that side of it.
In an unrelated story, police are investigating the cause of a dwelling house fire in St. Andrew. ASP Simon Douglas had this update.
Police responded to a report of a house fire at Cafe St. Andrew. On arrival, fire officers found the dwelling house fully engulfed in fire. They proceeded to extinguish that fire. However, the entire 14 by 16 wooden dwelling house and its contents were destroyed by the fire. The male occupant of that house had sustained burns about his body.
Christina John, GBN News.
Now, a young businessman is crying out for help. He claims that his business is being oppressed by an individual who has been hindering his livelihood. Renaped Thomas reports.
37-year-old Ryan Smith is the owner of Bonanza Stable and Horseback Riding Company. The company, which has been operating for the past 15 years, is well known for horseback riding in the Grandlands area by locals and visitors. Smith says he is frustrated and angry as he was denied his license to operate by one individual at the Grenada Tourism Authority.
The requirements to renew my license, my horses has to be vaccinated. So I got my horses vaccinated. And then when the lady, when I went in, they asked for the email, so I went and I got the email sent to them to show that the horses were vaccinated. The lady telling me, the Jamaican lady that's sitting in tourism, telling me that a Canadian lady from a next institution tell her that my horse is so thin that they can't even fit a saddle on their back, which is not true. Everybody seeing my horses all the time. Tourists, Grenadians, everybody complimenting how nice my horses does be looking. And on that basis, the lady tell me she not giving me my license. She never even come and look at the horses. She just taking what a Canadian lady tell her. So right now I can't get my license and to operate my business, and right now that is my daily bread. That's how I just make my money. every day. Just horseback riding I just do.
The young businessman claims that this is not the first time he had a bad experience.
Just lately, this thing have been happening for quite a while. Because under the NNP government, they issue me with a license for me to operate my business in Camahan Park, on Grand Anse Beach, and all over the country. And during my business adventure, every time, this lady always, like, she targeting me and oppressing me. It had one time I walking on the beach, she sent the police after me, like a whole van load of police come to chase me off the beach, after the minister told her to let me walk on the beach, and they give me a license to do that.
Smith says he has been trying to get off his feet as COVID-19 seriously affected his business and was about to take advantage of the $30,000 grant offered by the government to help boost his business and employ more young men. This cannot materialize if he does not have his license.
I have people working with me, people depending on me to make their daily bread all the time. Because how you could be a Jamaican and coming in Grenada and trying to oppress a young businessman? You should be encouraging me and give him a license quick, let me go and get my grant so I could boost my business and I could employ more youth man in the country. And it's progress, but she holding back my license. Why are you holding back my license? I doing horseback riding for more than 15 years now.
He is now calling on those in authority to look into the issue as his livelihood and that of others.
And I mean, I could have been a youth involved in real crime and violence. I could have been one of the naughtiest gangsters in Grenada. But I don't choose that way. I choose to work hard and do my business. But I've been oppressed. I'm being oppressed by the lady in Grenada Tourism Authority, a Jamaican lady. And my advice to the government to investigate this matter and deal with this lady, because you can't have a Jamaican lady sitting down in Grenada Tourism Authority oppressing Grenadians. That is not right. Prime Minister, something has to be done about it, and real quick. How unfair is this? That's what I, as a young businessman, had to go through in my country. I can't take it no more, and I need something to be done. I need the Prime Minister to look into this.
GBN sought a comment from the Grenada Tourism Authority, who indicated that the GTA Act 42 of 2013 and the Tourist and Beach Vending Act 18 of 2001 require that all tourist stakeholders are inspected and certified before a license to operate for the period can be issued. This inspection and certification process is done in collaboration with relevant authorities and agencies based on established criteria for the sector. The current licensing renewal period for 2022 to 2023 continues until September 30th. No statement on Mr. Smith or his issue was addressed. For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
Other news, the New National Party says it is not in support of several recent decisions made by the NDC administration. Rena Thomas has another report.
Members of the New National Party have expressed their concerns about a number of decisions made by the ruling government. Their concern was expressed during a virtual press conference on Thursday. Senator Nolan Cox says the NNP administration placed a cap on gas and implemented the 25% reduction in non-fuel charges on Grenneck to better assist the Grenadian people. He said with the removal of these caps, Grenadians should be prepared for a hard time ahead.
And so is it within that regard that we are very concerned and heartened that this is going to create some significant impact for the ordinary people. We don't know how persons are going to deal with this. I'm certain that persons are seeing the bill have been going up for the past couple of months. And the reason for that is because there is no cap on the fuel prices for what Grenneck use. And so it means that fuel prices are increasing. And now we are going to add back that 25% on top of that. And I think that is where the worry comes for every household in this country.
In his assessment, he does not see the cap on freight prices having a positive impact on the pockets of consumers within 6 months. He said it is not enough time to start to see the change in the prices of goods. Meanwhile, Parliamentary Representative for St. Mark, Dr. Clarice Modest-Cohen, cleared the air on statements made by Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell last Tuesday on the $2,000 increase on ministers' traveling allowance. The NDC leader gave his reasons behind no longer allowing ministers to obtain gas from the Central Police Station.
We were advised that there was a quote-unquote free gas policy, which allowed, I am not clear whether it's ministers or MPs or both, to obtain gasoline or fuel from the central police station. There seem to be no controls in place, no written policy, rules or regulation governing it, and so we discontinued it. And instead, we gave the ministers a $2,000 traveling allowance, which would allow them to, in fact, have gasoline and or a driver if they so choose.
Senator Modest Cohen explained that there were proper protocols in place to continue for the ministers when it came to receiving gas, and as such, the Prime Minister's statement was not factual.
The records would show that there was one person at the fire station who was assigned to oversee the gas supply to the ministers. So therefore, when that person came, they recorded the mileage, present mileage of the vehicle every time to see if we were misusing, and they recorded the cost and the amount of gas collected, and you had to have the signature of the person collecting. Only 2 persons were authorized. Sometimes the minister himself or herself will collect and had to sign, or the driver. Only those 2 persons. No relatives, no friends, nobody else could go for gas. The authorized amount was 200 weekly, a maximum of 200. So if you took 100, that is what you got, and no more. So the most any member could have had was 800 monthly.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pitt Thomas reporting.
This is Network News. Coming up from us, Housing Assistance Program under audit. We'll talk about that.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Hubbard's is adapting to the times to enhance your shopping convenience with its new online store. You can now shop for appliances, hardware, houseware, builder's material, and still enjoy free delivery island-wide. Start shopping now at www.hubbardshardware.gd. Safe, convenient, reliable. Hubbard's. Quality service, affordable prices.
Kenny's Trucking and Equipment Services Limited. Now introducing Portland King Cement, Grenada's toughest and most high-quality cement. Engineered with you in mind. Whether it's residential or industrial construction, Portland King Cement has been tested to achieve profound results that you can trust. The choice is clear. Choose Portland King, tougher than the rest. Visit Kenny's Trucking and Equipment Services Limited on Dusty Highway. Call telephone number 439-6605 or 440-6605. Or visit our 2 other locations, Westerhall in St. David and Dunfermline in St. Andrew.
Do you know you can lower your electricity bill by creating an energy-efficient home? When planning to build or remodel, plan for your energy needs and utilize building techniques and products that promote energy efficiency. Incorporate renewable energy and maximize the use of natural lighting, heating, and ventilation sources. You should also buy 230-volt equipment, as these run more efficiently and can help lower your electricity usage. As an individual consumer, I cannot impact global fuel prices. However, I can ease the burden of rising fuel rates by creating an energy-efficient home. What can you do?
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Spare your pocket, spare the earth, always at Grenlec.
Pfizer celebrates 75 years of transforming lives with its celebratory suite of loan products. Own your own vehicle, education, land, or home, and anchor your roots. Start living the life you deserve by applying for an own-your-own loan at reduced interest rates. Simplify your life and consolidate all your debts by applying for a Simplify loan and open doors to new beginnings and explore more opportunities to shape your future. Call or send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987 or email us at loans@arisecu.com today to continue your journey towards financial freedom. Terms and conditions apply. Ariza Credit Union, celebrating 75 years of transforming lives.
Ooh la la! See what's new at Quartz. We've got great deals on living and dining room sets, appliances, electronics, and smart devices, and more. Shop today with no cash using Quartz Ready Finance. 3 to 48-month payment plans available. Shop in store or online at shopquartz.com. Come see what's new and take advantage of these great deals only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Conditions apply.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Rebecca Television Center, the Deacon Mitchell-led administration is conducting an audit of the Housing Assistance Program in the Ministry of Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment. We get more in this report.
Under the Housing Assistance Program, hundreds of vulnerable and marginalized homeowners received assistance to repair their homes. Materials were provided to the unemployed and people working for under $1,500 a month, and applicants over 60 received materials as a grant. Philip Telesford, Social Development Minister, said they are currently evaluating applications.
As a matter of fact, as we speak, an audit is being conducted, because of the amount of wastage that we have seen. So some of the people, even if they wanted to renew the contract, because of what we have seen, we may wish not to receive such or to renew such contract. Okay, from the housing unit's point of view, the process is open again as at the 1st of September, so people can apply now for housing units across the island. They can apply. The process is open. We have a committee in place who will review these applications, and I want to assure the public that there is not a single politician on that committee. Right, so no minister.
Minister Telesford said they aim to target wastage within the Housing Assistance Program. He also disclosed the figures of people who applied for house repairs and construction.
For information purposes, the number of people who have applied for house repair and or construction is 1,800. And those for bathroom, toilet, it's just a little over 300 people so far. So those are the applications that are currently pending.
The Minister for Social Development said the audit can span up to 5 years.
The Department of Audit that's the government auditors. They are the ones conducting the audit. And an audit of this nature usually spans a period, the last 5 years. So it spans a period of 5 years. And if there is something that really jumps out, a trend or something, then the auditors may choose to roll back the curtains a few years to see what is happening. But generally, an audit of this nature is 5 years.
Beverly Telesford with that report there. A heat health study conducted in August 2021 shows a direct correlation between high temperatures and increased instances of death. September is already proving to be one of the hottest months this year. We get details in this Gerard Joseph report.
High temperature exposure or extreme temperatures have a direct effect on mortality or death in Grenada. As citizens continue to battle with the apparent heat wave ongoing around the country and in other parts of the Caribbean, Dr. Lindona Telesford highlighted that a heat health pilot study conducted in 2021 indicated the direct impact of high temperatures on mortality in Grenada.
We looked at data from 2008 to 2020, an extended period, and we found a relationship between high temperature and mortality in Grenada. We looked at mortality, visits to the emergency room, and hospitalization. There was some impact also on the amount of persons being hospitalized. But mortality, there was a significant relationship between high temperature and mortality.
Contracted by PAHO to develop the methodology to do heat health studies for the Caribbean, Dr. Telesford explained it was one of the initiatives leading up to the development of the Health National Adaptation Plan for Grenada. Added to other heat-related illnesses such as dehydration, heat cramps, heat stroke, and accelerated death from respiratory diseases, Dr. Telesford noted increased deaths are also one of the major impacts.
And especially when combined with humidity. So what we did, we tested what we call the heat index, which is a combination of temperature and humidity together. And when those two are high in terms of the units, then death or the mortality there is excess mortality in Grenada.
She believes it is a warning despite Grenada and its citizens being accustomed to the warm tropical climate.
Now, when we were first contracted to do the study, I remember saying to PAHO that people in Grenada are accustomed to heat, and I don't think we'll find anything. So I was totally shocked when those results were generated. So heat really is a problem for us here in Grenada. We read and we listen to the news and we see what is happening in Europe, etc. It is also happening here in Grenada, all right, in terms of deaths here.
I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Rodents and a noisy nuisance saw the daily complaints of residents at the Grandin's home for the aged. According to the manager of the home, the situation is now overbearing. More in this Christina John report.
Total disregard for elderly citizens. That was the expression of manager for the Grandin's home for the aged as she relates to GBN's news desk the discomfort created by a businessman in the area. She explained that for months now, this individual chose to stockpile his scrap metals and derelict vehicles right alongside the fence of the elderly home. This, according to the manager, has become unbearable, a noisy nuisance and a breathing ground for rodents.
Materials, when you see they put it inside the truck or the container, whatever it is that they're packing it in, no regard. It's boot up whole day in your head, boot up, like they're just heaving them inside. Then when they have to cut whatever machine that they're using to cut it, he was higher up there. I don't know how come he reaching we had. Because right, even when he lined up there outside there, when we went to get the physical planning, there is not even an allowed road there. Yeah. What do you think does have rodents around the place is old scrap, old thing around the place. And this is the south of the island. This is, you understand? This is not to say they're up in some bush. This is around an elderly home. You understand? This is not something that you should be having there, and this will create rodents.
According to her, numerous complaints yielded no solution. She is once again calling on the Minister for the Environment to intervene and take into consideration the health and safety of the elderly residents.
We wrote the ministry about twice. We will send letters to the ministry. Then they came and they talked to him, and they said, I don't know if he gave them money or what, but I see he's still there.
Our news crew visited the site and attempts were made to speak with who appears to be the business owner. However, we were met with resistance, saying he does not want to speak with anyone. GBN reached out to the office of the Minister for the Environment, Kireen James, and was informed that they will visit the matter in short order. Christina John, GBN News.
Well, social media attention falls on Grenlec and the Prime Minister's statement that the electricity company needs investment. That's what's creating a buzz on social media.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz report.
GBN Social Buzz is reaching beyond the local platform to share with you what's trending on social media. More investment is needed within the Grenada Electricity Company Grenlec to meet the electricity needs of the country, so says Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell as he addressed the frequent power outage experienced by Grenadians recently.
In 2021, Grenlec purchased a Wärtsilä engine at a cost of over 16 million EC dollars. The new 9.7 MW engine, which was transported to the plant at Queen's Park on the 6th of June, was to replace an engine that was damaged in 2020. The intent was to increase the overall generation capacity at the plant to 52 MW. Former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, addressing the purchase of the engine, explained that the government's decision to finalize the purchasing of the new fossil fuel generator for Grenlec was to ensure that there is a continuous supply of electricity because of the uncertain state of the generator at the plant.
Social media users took to the comment section to express their concerns about this latest development. The following views are of members of the public and not of the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Magnus said, "Time for us to stop putting politics into everything, and Grenlec needs to look into this. A lot of the fires happening now is as a result of these outages, admit it or not. They're not taking the responsibility for it." This person said, "More investment from who? If they are talking about civilians, all civilians invest into businesses expecting to receive dividends, which Grenlec is not paying. The incentive to invest into Grenlec is not there." Sherry said, "I believe in my Prime Minister. He will get the job done." Sheldon added, "The best and only way is supplement energy generation through the use of renewables. Give incentives, try to bring your generation capacity via renewables to at least 40% through a public-private partnership." That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
Still ahead, government on a mission to transform sports on the Sister Isles.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Solar lights are back in stock and will be available for purchase at Southern Electrical. Here is a list of the solar lights that we offer. 200 to 300 watt intelligent floodlights with camera, 300 to 500 watt solar street lights, 60, 100, 200 and 500 RGB solar floodlights, 100, 200, 300, 500 and 800 solar floodlights, solar garden lights, 25, 40, 60, 100 and 200 watt solar floodlights, 3, 7, and 10 watt solar wall lights, motion sensor garden lights, motion sensor floodlights, 30, 60, and 90 watt solar street lights with accessories, 5 watt solar wall lamps, 40 and 60 solar street lights, and 100 and 300 solar floodlights with battery power display. Now available at Southern Electrical, Dusty Highway, St. George. Visit our showroom today.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro. Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Welcome back. Officials of the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture have left the mainland for Carriacou and Petite Martinique. They will discuss pertinent issues in the sector that are affecting the Sister Isles and determine how to chart the way forward. Rena Pett Thomas tells us more about the focus of the trip.
A team from the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Culture left Grenada to travel to Carriacou and Petite Martinique on Wednesday, the 14th of September. The trip seeks to provide a platform for the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture on the mainland and Carriacou, together with the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs and local government, to discuss varying issues of mutual interest and also forge a path forward. Permanent Secretary Norman Gilbert said the engagement is in line with government's transformation agenda.
Look at the work plan for the remainder of the year. The minister would also accompany us on the visit as well, to obviously has his inaugural visit to the youth organizations, the schools, as well as the Ministry of Carriacou Petite Martinique Affairs, to discuss with the stakeholders there what is it that is in plan for Carriacou in terms of the transformational agenda of government. And so the next few days will be quite packed with those activities, and we are looking forward to a very successful event.
Minister for Youth, Sport and Culture Ron Redhead will later join the team of 5 on the Sister Isle. Some of the activities planned include a meeting with senior coaches and coaching staff, a leadership and mentorship workshop, a meeting with the groundsmen, a visit to All Playing Field on the Sister Isle, and a youth symposium. Gilbert says the trip is of immense importance.
You know that we are moving into a new transformational agenda, which obviously we have to look at changing the objectives, looking at where the ministry is currently and where the ministry would like to go based on the policy directive of government. And this is important for us because we also want to be able to engage the staff. I mean, we understand the physical disconnect that we have based on our physical location. And so to be able to embrace the staff and to be able to listen to their concerns and queries and be able to provide responses, we believe is important, so that they also believe that we are closely connected in terms of of the work that we do. But of critical importance is the engagement with the stakeholders, both youth, sports and culture, and to ensure that whatever happens on mainland also happens in Carriacou in terms of programs and projects of the ministry. So this is a very important engagement for us.
The team will return to Grenada on Monday, 19 September 2022. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
This evening's I Saw is a very nutritious one. Let's take a peek through the GBN I Saw lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN I Saw is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Our ISO reporter tonight sent in this submission, accompanied by a meaningful message. It reads, quote, "The beautiful flower of the okra tree is often overlooked as we reach for the okra itself. The okra is low in calories and packed with nutrients and antioxidants. The vitamin C in okra helps boost immune system function. Okra is also rich in vitamin K, which helps the body clot blood. It contains antioxidants that help your body fight off molecules that can damage cells. But the next time you pick this power vegetable, stop to smell and admire its beautiful yellow flower too." End quote. We encourage you to send your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
This is Network News. Coming up from us, the sports news, followed by Around the Globe.
Fuel your dreams with a communal vehicle loan. It's a huge deal with super awesome rates and discounts. Get the vehicle that's just for you. Enjoy your journey. Make memories. Explore more. We're fueling dreams to your destination. It's a huge deal and it's just for you. Your destination, and we'll take you there. Call or message us on WhatsApp 405-6670 or 405-2248. Let's get you where you have to be with Communal and Friends. This special promotion is in collaboration with The Beacon Insurance, Netherlands Insurance, Greens Automotive, RF Motors, and Specialized Automotive. We're fueling dreams to your destination. Apply today. Lending terms and conditions apply.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Granville, and Central Deputy Street, Wharf. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
Weather for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique valid for tonight and the following 3 days. Weather tonight, mostly fair, becoming partly cloudy at times with few brief isolated showers. Tonight's minimum temperature, 25 degrees Celsius. Wind, variable to calm. Seas, slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open water. Tides high at 6:30 p.m., low at 1 a.m. Sunrise tomorrow, Friday, 5:57. The weather on Friday, September 16, generally fair, becoming partly cloudy at times with few brief isolated showers, increasing in cloudiness overnight with a low chance of isolated thunder. On Saturday, September 17, partly cloudy and breezy with light to moderate showers and a low chance of isolated thunder. And on Sunday, September 18, partly cloudy and breezy with light to moderate showers and a low chance of isolated thunder. That's the weather. Thanks for joining us. This is the Sports News. A mix of youth and experience was among the criteria at play as Cricket West Indies selection panel yesterday announced the West Indies squad for the upcoming International Cricket Council's Men's T20 World Cup. The panel confirmed the 15 players who represent the West Indies for the 8th ICC T20 World Cup, which will be played in Australia from October 16 to November 13. Nicholas Pooran leads the West Indies in his first World Cup as captain, with Rovman Powell as vice-captain. Left-hand opening batsman Evan Lewis has been recalled for the first time since the 2021 ICC T20 World Cup. 2 uncapped players have been selected: right arm leg spinner all-rounder Yannick Carrier and left arm batting all-rounder Raymond Reefer.
I think it's a situation where we consider the whole idea of having youth with experience. But Bish, I think I've been very consistent in my approach. After taking the job in January, I said I'll give opportunities to players, and I think I'm doing just that. And as you can see from the squad, we cannot have a competition play that is sanctioned by West Indies and not select people or put people name up for selection, in the CPL. And I think that is something that is very important when we look at Raymond Reefer, who have done very well. Also Johnson Charles, who, at the time of selection had the most runs there. So I think it's a very good squad, and I think that when you look at it, it is pretty balanced as well, with a lot of youth and experience.
Chief Selector Desmond Haynes talking there. He says the West Indies selection panel has decided to move on as far as Andre Russell's inclusion in the T20 World Cup squad goes. Russell and Sunil Narayan, currently playing for Trinbago Knight Riders in the CPL, were both left out of the 15-member squad who saw the return of Evan Lewis. Haynes said they decided to pick someone in form instead of Russell, who last played a T20 international in the T20 World Cup last year.
Yeah, well, I think that we look at it. We had a meeting with Andre Russell early in the year. We're still not convinced yet. He's not performing as well as we would like to see here in the competition. So I think in a situation like Andre Russell, I think we just decided that we'll just move on and look for someone who is in form and doing well in the T20 format.
Desmond Haynes said he wasn't sure if Narayan, who hasn't been featured in a T20 international for West Indies in 3 years, wanted to play after the conversations Captain Nicholas Pooran was having with him. This story to report in the sports news. Roger Federer, one of the greatest players of all time, will retire from top-level tennis after the Laver Cup in London this month. The 20-time Grand Slam champion has not played since Wimbledon 2021, after which he had a third knee operation. Federer has struggled with a knee problem for the past 3 years that has restricted him to only 3 of the 11 Grand Slams staged since the start of 2020. He's not played a competitive match since losing to Hubert Hurkacz in the quarterfinals at Wimbledon last summer. He subsequently announced he needed more surgery on his knee, having previously had 2 operations in 2020. That's the sports news for now. what is the status of the implementation of St. Lucia's long overdue cannabis industry? Pro-ganja activists say the delayed opportunity to launch a lucrative sector is hindering the generation of millions of dollars in revenue. The Minister for Commerce this week provided answers on the march towards a new era of green gold. More from HTS News.
Is a legit ganja business sector on the horizon for St. Lucia? The Minister for Commerce, Emma Hippolyte, tasked with chairing the Cannabis Task Force, provided the media with an update on Monday morning outside the Graham Louisi building ahead of the cabinet briefing.
The Prime Minister has placed the cannabis baby strictly in my lap and expect me to give birth to a new industry.
While there are lingering concerns that St. Lucia may be too late to the party to reap the bountiful benefits of creating a full-fledged cannabis industry, the Commerce Minister, however, believes the country is on the right track.
I've reported in the past as to where we are. We went to St. Vincent. We are looking clearly in terms of the structure. We have a committee working continually. What we are committed to doing is to try to ensure that whatever we present makes provision for our local growers.
So what is the next step in the push for the creation of a cannabis industry in St. Lucia? Hippolyte points to the drafting of an ironclad legislative framework to guide the industry.
Godfrey Stewart High School in Jamaica is insisting students were not denied entry into the institution. It is defending its uniform policy. More in this report from TVJ.
Reports that dozens of students were barred from the Godfrey Stewart High School in Westmoreland for wearing tight pants and skirts more than 5 inches above the ankle surprised many people. Some argued that these uniforms seemed fit for school. When our news center spoke with the chairman of the school, Neville Wilson, on Tuesday, he defended the school's uniform policy.
Right now, we are in an environment that quite a number of our students are being violated, and with some of the behaviors on public transport and all of that. So we're trying to put some thought into the process of making our students less vulnerable to these predators.
But how would the length of a school uniform prevent someone from being attacked by predators?
The big picture is if we run a school without rules because of what persons think, what is going to happen is that we are going to be having more challenges.
As for concerns about barring the students from school, Mr. Wilson rejected those claims. He said the students were being processed in the school's parking lot, and those who were found in breach were offered assistance by the Parent Teachers Association to get new uniform.
Further afield, the passing of Queen Elizabeth II will change some aspects of everyday life in the UK and countries where she was head of state. The image of King Charles III will replace hers on stamps and currency, and the national anthem will need to be reworded. More in this Al Jazeera report.
The past week has seen rituals stretching back centuries being played out. But in many ways, the British Queen silently permeated areas of everyday life here and in countries where she was head of state. Money bearing her image will be phased out over a number of years and replaced by that of her son, King Charles III. Anyone under the age of 70 in the UK has only known postage stamps with the Queen's picture on them. For 7 decades, they chronicled her life.
It's not going to be an immediate change, it'll be a gradual change. Her late Majesty, the Queen, approved the stamps for the next 2 or 3 issues, and later this month we have an issue for the Royal Marines. Then we've got another issue coming up for the treasures of Tutankhamun. I think we'll just have to wait and see what the new King decides, and that will be exciting for us all.
There will be other changes too. One theatre in London is expected to alter its name from Her to His Majesty's Theatre.
A reminder of the headlines after this. Recapping the headlines, Tyrone Jamie Belfont charged with the murder of 60-year-old Nicholas Duncan. Horseback riding business owner accuses the Grenada Tourism Authority of refusing to grant him a license to operate. Housing assistance program under audit. In around the globe regionally, a high school in Jamaica defends its uniform policy and denies students were barred from entering the institution. Internationally, the image of Queen Elizabeth II to be replaced on UK stamps and currency. Plus, in the sports news, West Indies squad for the upcoming ICC Men's T20 World Cup announced. If you missed any part of this newscast, the repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. This is GBN. Thanks for joining us.
This could be